February the 1st of this year, during pre-dawn military raids, that Aung San Suu Kyi was detained along with her key allies, putting an abrupt end to Myanmar's short-lived experiment with democracy that came after half a century of military rule. Myanmar's army generals claimed fraud in the country's November 2020 election, which saw a landslide victory for Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy party. The coup quickly drew condemnation from the international community.
The Burmese military should relinquish power they have seized, release the advocates and activists and officials they have detained, lift the restrictions on telecommunications, and refrain from violence.
Resistance to the coup in Myanmar began with a symbolic banging of pots and pans associated with driving away evil spirits. Within days, though, popular dissent began erupting onto the streets, with huge crowds gathering and calling for the release of Aung San Suu Kyi. In the weeks that followed, protests swelled to hundreds of thousands of people in cities and villages throughout the country. Military forces used live ammunition in their brutal crackdown on the unrest. A 19-year-old woman shot in the head early in February died after 10 days and became a national symbol of opposition to the junta. The military's violent repression of protests escalated, and by mid-March the UN was accusing the junta of crimes against humanity. March 27th marked the deadliest single day since the coup, with more than 100 civilians killed. In April, ousted lawmakers in hiding announced the formation of a shadow national unity government, calling for the junta to release all political prisoners. On May 24th, Suu Kyi appeared in court for the first time since her arrest. She faces an array of charges that she and her supporters say are all trumped up. By late June, COVID-19 infections began surging across Myanmar, with many pro-democracy medical staff on strike and members of the public avoiding military-run hospitals. While protests continue in part, the numbers are nowhere near those seen earlier in the year. Several powerful ethnic rebel groups in Myanmar have opposed the coup and have clashed with the military.